Howdy, y'all. Welcome to episode 46 of Unfinished Business. Thank you so much for coming in and watching, and thank you so much for being here. Put a little like down below, subscribe, put a comment in chat. Which one of us is the most good-looking guy here? That's what we're really here to know.
Why is it me?
I don't know. We'll find out. Anyways, we had a major this past weekend that nobody saw coming who was going to win this tournament. And so we'll get into that. We got to talk about our picks going into this coming weekend for the Tour Championship. We got a game that Taylor has, and we'll also review what's coming up this weekend in the Pro Tour Championship. So, yeah, I don't know. What's our thoughts on USDGC? Your biggest takeaway?
How'd y'all wait? Let me ask this question. How'd y'all rock with the Christmas trees? Did you hate them less or you hate them more now?
I don't even care about the Christmas trees.
Same.
I think I liked them more. They looked a little prettier.
I thought they looked a little more professional than some of the other
I like
years.
the planners.
Yeah,
They're better, much better than the year they put like Halloween decorations on them. That was.
You know what I like?
Not
You know what
good.
I like the most is how they removed that big tree on hole number one.
Yeah, I would have.
I don't think they did that.
There's no way that tree is ever gonna have existed for like 6 months when people want to come play the course they've wanted to play for ages. You know.
If you guys didn't know, we took a trip down to Charlotte in the springtime, and hole number one had a big tree just laying right across the middle where we couldn't even throw that iconic shot. So we all just ended up just yeeting it as hard as we could through the tree. And 2 out of the 4 of us were actually successful. And you can go check out Completely Corey's vlog and see us do that. So you can confirm that. So did anyone see Gannon winning this thing?
I did not see it because I didn't want to pay for it, so I didn't watch.
Yeah, that's kind of how.
I was also in a similar boat. I saw the footage of it after the fact, but yeah, I was in a similar boat. I was
Can
like,
we talk
bro.
about that real quick? Should they get rid of that so that anyone can just watch this major tournament?
It's just weird. I'm okay with it being on the first level of the live, because most people have a PDGA membership that's $50 a year and they just take that off the bat. But it's crazy to take it another step up there. It's like I'm more likely to opt out for the one event every month and a half that I would have to step up in pricing tier to watch and then bounce back down. I would rather just skip the event.
I just think it's an opportunity to like advertise our game at one of our iconic historical places that we go to. And it's like, hey, we have an opportunity to do that. Let's just make it free. And if you want to pay for the other weeks, you totally should. So that's my thought. Just make it free. Let everyone see it.
The
So
thing
be like,
I'm
hey.
confused. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm done.
Okay. The thing I'm confused about is why they're still time gating Jomez now that the Pro Tour owns Jomez. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. The two major tournaments that own their broadcast rights, European Open and USDGC, are locked behind DGPT Pro. I think that makes sense. I think it's another level of like disc golf is not where we think it is or want it to be for like charging money for broadcast rights for majors. But that being said, USDGC has always been this way. This is actually a much better solution than USDGC has had in the past. So, I mean, I don't agree with it, but at least it's better than it has been. But I think what annoys me the most is they're still time gating the post-produced, even though Jomez is part of the DGPT umbrella. I don't think that makes sense anymore.
Yeah, give the people
I think
what
they
we
should
want.
have an option where you can just buy.
Yes,
Like
not
the
like sign up for. I mean, I get why they want you to sign up for Pro and then you forget to cancel it for like 2 months. They get more money out of you, but you should be able to say like, "Hey, I'm going to pay like X amount extra right now just to watch USDGC."
Yep. So just to give everyone a top 5, we got Gannon Berg coming in won the event at 34 under, and then Calvin was 2 strokes behind, coming in second, and then also Anthony Abrela tied that number, and then Ricky came 5 shots back and fourth, and then Isaac followed up 6 shots back. So top 5 were within 6 strokes, which is pretty. I think it's pretty close. But I think a big storyline was AB was winning this tournament going into the last round, and then absolutely choked it. So, yeah, thoughts on that? Anybody?
AB's AB, man. This is like the most common. This is the thing we see in AB. He watches someone else throw well, and he doesn't quite have that big dog in him. And it's like, it's tough when it's Gannon Burr,
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. I was thinking about it a lot today. Like AB, I feel like is such a classic example of like, and I'll get into this more later, but I also think this is part of a reason why some people like Gannon is a much more disliked player to the general like disc golf population than like your ABs, who has a huge fan base, yada yada yada. But I think AB is like the classic example of like, you can tell the mistakes that he is making is due to pressure. Like he has all the arm talent in the world, and it's just he mentally has to figure out how to handle that pressure. And it makes it even more like the juxtaposition of that to Gannon in my mind is even greater, of like Gannon did not go through this phase at all. Like Gannon just came out of the womb winning disc golf tournaments. He's like the arm talent of young Eagle and the brain of prime Paul Macbeth, and it's insane.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with you. That's like, it just showed itself more and more through this season. And I think it looked a lot that way. And everything I've seen from this tournament on that final round. Goated final round by Calvin too, by the way.
True.
I do think it's the age thing with Gannon too, because he's so young that his brain doesn't fear loss.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's really weird.
Yeah, I think I could see what you're saying. The question is, does he ever develop that?
No.
I don't think he does.
Yeah, not at this point.
When you're when
Exactly.
you're literally leading a sport, at his age.
Yeah.
I mean, who are we more disappointed in, Ricky or Calvin?
For me, it's Rick. I think more the circumstances, and I guess I'll kind of contradict that later. I have a question for you guys, but also like just knowing Rick, calling South Carolina home, like he wants to win this event really bad. I think it's been known that Rick wants to win this event really bad, and all like finds a way not to win every year. It seems like Rick's the frustrating one where like he's in contention so you can root for him, and then he does something stupid and loses. Like he's never just out of it from the beginning.
Yep, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree. Same thing, Ricky. Calvin, like I said, Calvin had a great round to kind of shoot himself back into the mix. So I'm not going to be hating on that as much as Ricky, for sure.
Yeah. I'll do.
Okay.
I'll do.
I'm fine with that.
I'll do you one more. Which one are you most disappointed in? Those two, and then we'll just add in Anthony Barella. Are you still most disappointed in Ricky if we throw in AB?
No, it's got to be AB. I mean,
No, it's AB.
you're winning
I think it's
on the
AB.
last day. You're in the lead.
Yeah.
I think it's AB. Yeah, I think he squandered another opportunity, and I think you're going to get the reverse effect with AB that you do with Gannon. AB has been in these positions. He's been at Worlds last year. He's had European Open last year, and he's also had this tournament. I don't know if he's been close in another major this year, but I felt like he like kind of could have wrapped this one up if he started off really well, and he didn't.
It's almost like the opposite of Gannon, where like Gannon, you're like, he's never going to get that mindset because he has one and like he can draw on that experience. For this, it's like AB has just compiling memories of, oh yeah, I was in the lead at a major on this hole, and then here's how I lost.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Any other comments about USDGC or anything like that? It was kind of hard for all of us to watch because it looked like a lot of us didn't pay to watch it. We could just see the highlights and everything like that. So
I do have a question that I'm going to rip straight from another podcast shamelessly because I thought it was very interesting kind of thought experiment. So outside of Gannon, don't think about Gannon at all. If you take your, like those contenders, right? Calvin, AB, Rick, and Isaac Robinson, you see them before USDGC. They have no context of what happened in the tournament at all. You just give them a piece of paper that tells them what place they're going to finish at the end. Who do you think of that group is most disappointed in the number that they see on the piece of paper?
Rick.
I think it's Rick.
Yeah.
I think he wants it the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. That being said, on the flip side, not knowing anything that happened, like Calvin charging back, etc., like Rick kind of being in contention losing, without knowing the context of the tournament, who do you think this matters the most to career-wise?
Oh, still excluding Gannon?
Yeah, still excluding Gannon. Just that same group.
Man, it's tough. I mean, does Calvin gain confidence from getting second place and shooting 13 down the last day? So hold on, you're saying no context. So it's just like if you told him, "Hey, you're finishing in second place." I think AB. Because if you take out AB's last round and you just tell him, "Hey, guess what? You're finishing second at USDGC," he probably would be like, "That's really cool," and take confidence from that. But if you told him he was leading by 2 strokes or whatever it was, I can't remember off the top of my head, and then he lost by 2 strokes, that's probably going to be a feel bad.
Maybe someone did tell him.
That's why he just thought he was chilling
and said, "Hey, you're taking second," and he's like, "Oh, sick!" And then last day he realizes that he's in first place, and it just messed with him.
Yeah, I thought about that a lot today. I think for me it's Calvin, just because at the end of the day, like I'm fully confident that AB at some point will win a major. Like he's too good and too young not to. Rick, it's been a long time, but he has won majors. Like he has that legacy. Calvin is not in either of those boats. Where like Calvin's a little older, obviously he's still at the top of the game right now, but I think he's in the similar situation to AB where like every major that he has a chance at and doesn't win hurts a little bit more, just because like I said, with AB's future I think has majors in it where like that is a little bit more questionable for me when we talk about Calvin.
Yeah.
Like I would not be surprised if Calvin does not win a major when it's all said and done.
Mental, man. It's all mental.
Yeah.
You just can't do it. I mean, I don't know. What's crazy for AB is he shot, what did he shoot essentially? He shot, what is 55? How many under is that, Matthew?
I don't know. I don't know what the par is out there.
I'm assuming it's 9 under. That's my
He
guess.
shot 9 under the first 3 days.
Yeah.
Yes,
So you shoot 9 under, 9 under, 9 under. He's 27 under, and then yeah, I think the math checks out on that. And
I don't think you did this on purpose, but I'm gonna go off on a limb and say you asked Matt because his name is Matthew. Math.
I'm there.
Carry on. Never mind. I'm not here.
that plane got lost in New York City, and
Yep.
Never forget. All right. So, anything other comments about USDGC that we want to make? Any other nice finishes you want to bring up?
I love the course.
Course is a course. Jake,
fun course to watch.
It would be really awesome if we went to Charlotte and played the
that
course.
Would be sick. And then we could play
guys,
Nevin too, because they're playing there this weekend.
to Charlotte. Why have we never gone to Charlotte?
When we go back down there, we're playing all the hard stuff right off the bat.
Oh, I'm cooked.
RIP Paul Streak. And
yeah,
Paul shot well in that stupid jersey.
Moment of silence, please. Moment of silence.
It's for the orange DD3, right?
Yes. When he shot a good round in the jersey that I hate, that he always plays bad in, I thought this was the one, man. Turns out it was not.
I love how you're
going to break the streak.
Hey, shout out to Drew Gibson. Monday qualified, and then popped the top 10.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty sick.
TBH, early trip back to Arizona.
TBH, I did not think he was going to make that happen at all. When he popped out his first video of the week, road to Monday qualifying, I was like, yeah, buddy, you ain't Monday qualifying.
This is cooked.
But hey, he made it happen. Even with the jankiest looking forehand on 17, every single clip I saw of it, but
also, 2 more shout outs for me. Shout out to Drew. I thought this made me think of it. This tweet was interesting from Drew. Pointed out 2024 USDGC, he averaged a rating of 1047 and got 10th place. In the 2014 USDGC, the winner averaged 1040. The cut line this year was 1023. If you averaged 1023 in 2014, you would have gotten 8th place. I thought that was an insightful tweet. And then shout out to Twitter for half of the replies being, I can't believe Drew's complaining after top 10, when he was just pointing out and comparing some ratings. So
yeah, I don't think that's really
Twitter's
complaining.
Always,
Drew likes to complain a lot.
Up.
That's not a complaint in my opinion.
No,
yeah,
not at all.
Yeah. Shout out Ezra Aderholt, who looked really hot the first 2 rounds and then did Ezra
also
stuff
played pretty well.
The round.
Please clip that.
Also played pretty well.
Send that right over to him.
Why?
Yeah.
Looked pretty hot out there.
Looked pretty hot out there and played pretty well.
That's
exactly right. As Tyler said it. So.
Yeah. Shout out
also.
Hold on. Shout out to Simon for shooting a 70 round one, whatever that is.
It's literally exactly what I was gonna say.
Really?
Yeah, man. Oh,
and then
6 over the first day, and then ended up in 17th.
I mean, Simon is a wild man.
Also, how about Nico, man? Nico on the lead card.
Yeah, that was
blast from the past.
That is. Vino is finished in the top 5. I think he finished in the top 5 last year and the year before. I almost picked him for my pick last week, but I was like, I just can't do it. But yeah, shout out to Vino. So a lot of good guys out there. Grady Shue, 29th. I mean, he was in the mix.
One more shout out for me, and I promise I'm done. Shout out to Nate Doss, man. I'm telling you, Nate Doss is not that old, bro. If Nate Doss still played the sport of disc golf, he could be like a top 25 pro.
Taylor, did you just see the clip of his interview with Brian Earhart?
I did just not, dropped. But I feel like that would get me fired up.
Nate Doss, it's literally one clip, and Nate Doss is like, I used to play disc golf like 4 times a year, and then 9 months ago, my kid was born. And he goes, and when my kid was born, suddenly like I realized I was missing something, and I had this desire. And you're like, bro, is this man about to do something insane? Like he was like, I have this desire to play disc golf again. He goes, and
I'll say it. I'm gonna amend my answer. If Nate Doss won an Elite Series win, I would cry.
Holy,
that's the guy. That's the guy.
Doss the boss.
Well, I think we should go right into Taylor's game right now. I think it's a good time to split this up with Taylor's game.
I love it.
Right. Yeah, I got a simple game. We're going to go individual, and then we're going to go as a group, because I have a feeling this is we'll see. So Statmando, shout out to Statmando. They have an interesting thing on the Stat Zone called the 10-30-30 Club. There are 63 players who, for 30% of their career rated rounds total, are at or above 1030 rated with a minimum of 30 rounds played, which is pretty wild to me. So we're going to go on a loop, and I'm just going to see, you got to name pros until you get one wrong. And then we're just going to see if we can finish this list as a squad. Maybe not all 63, but let's just say like top 20 or something.
This is just, are these current people over 1030? Or are these just all people
of all time who 30% of their career rated rounds are at or above 1030 rated? Saying we're going to do it individually, I realize it's going to take a very long time. So let's work as a team here, and let's try to flesh out this top 20 players with 30% of their career rated rounds above 1030. And I will tell you the percent at or above 1030 because it's pretty insane for some of these.
Corey, let her rip.
Paul McBeth.
Paul McBeth is number 2 on the list. Almost 66% of the rounds he has played in his career are at or above 1030 rated.
All right, so Matt, you hit it.
Ricky Wysocki.
I was gonna say that's got to be another one.
Rick is number 1. 66.24% of his career rated rounds are 1030.
I was thinking he had to be like top of the list there.
I'm gonna go Calvin.
Calvin is number 10, 48%.
Tyler, that's pretty low, man. Pretty low.
All right, Corey.
Corey, go ahead.
Gannon Burr.
Yeah.
Gannon Burr is on the list. He is number 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say
8.
Gannon, but I was like, oh,
yeah,
wow.
8. He's 52.
I was gonna say Gannon, but I was like, I'll leave that one off. Okay, that's pretty good.
Who is at 3 right now?
All right, Matt.
3's a sneaky one.
3's a sneaky one?
Not that sneaky, but a little sneaky.
I won't worry about getting 3 right now. Gosh dang, this is actually...
I'm just trying to put this in an Excel or something real quick so I can actually see their rank a little easier. Instead of
once we get past these initial ones, it's a little touchy.
There are some on here that I would be very surprised if you guys got.
That's awesome. Like, I would love to throw out Yuli, especially as of late, but he has so many tournament rounds played. I just gave a valid reason. He has so many tournament rounds.
30 rated, dude.
Yeah, for a while, last year Yuli had himself a year, but
that he did.
Like, there's no way. He has so many tournament rounds.
I will say Paul Ulibarri is on the list. He's not in the top 20, but he is at 38%. So he's in the list.
He's on the list.
Close to the line, but close to the line, but he is on the list.
How do we feel about AB? I feel like that's such an up and down. That scares me a little bit.
I feel like AB's only been over 1030 rated in like the last like 2 years.
So
how long has he been playing?
How long has he been playing? He's probably been playing on tour for 5 years, would be my guess.
AB has been playing since he was a very young child.
Yeah, legit. What do you think? What are you guys thinking then? Well, this is.
I'll say AB is on the list, number 29 at 39%.
Glad we didn't pick that.
So we're just. Oh, so wait. You just threw us a freebie and said
we just said.
If you guys say names that are not on, like if you're debating about one and you don't go with it, I'll tell you if they're on the list and it's not in the top 20. Okay. So I just think that's good content.
Matt, is it your turn to pick somebody?
It technically is, but I don't think we have to go any crazy specific terms.
No, we're not collabing.
No, we are collabing now. Taylor changed his mind.
Oh, so
yeah. I was gonna make you guys do it individually and just say like once you got one wrong, but just figured we'd.
Matt was taking 20 years to pick one. Matt, how about you say Chris Dickerson, Matt?
Oh, that's such a Chris Dickerson, yeah.
Chris Dickerson is the sneaky number 3 at almost 58%.
Yep.
Of his rounds above 10.
Wait.
And I was gonna say Michael Johansson.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Well, he said sneaky, so I was like,
dude, you know who's been around, who's been really good for a while? Matty O.
I was about to say Matty O, bro. I'm literally on the verge. If Corey hadn't said something, I was about to say it, and Tyler just swung it out from under me.
Matty O is number 14 on the list at 46%.
Okay.
I'm going to start marking the ones you guys have gotten. Gannon.
Michael Johansson wasn't.
How do we feel about saying Isaac Robinson at this point?
I hate saying Isaac Robinson at this point, but I think Corey just popped us with Michael Johansson, so
I'm nervous about Michael Johansson.
Wait, was that an official submission?
No,
I didn't think that was an official submission.
No.
I just because he said 3 was sneaky, and remember last time the sneaky winner of something was.
We just got 3
Michael
though.
Johansson.
We got C Dick.
This isn't my pick yet. I'm just throwing this out there. Nicholas?
I will say Michael Joe is 49 on the list, 34%. So.
Woo.
Yeah, but how long has Nicholas been above 930 or 1030 is the question. I don't know.
But compared to how many rounds he's played? How long has he been playing?
For a while.
Has he?
Bro, you don't get the ability to gritty in front of your brand new car unless you've been playing for a while. If you're 1 or 2 years in tour, you're not ripping that because you're taking yourself seriously.
Eagle McMahon. Do we want to say Eagle?
Let's say Eagle.
Eagle's number 5, 55%. Yeah, he's up there.
Okay, I was gonna say he's got to be somewhere up there.
Where do we go from here?
Well, you got to think about some guys who've been playing for a while who is possibly. I mean,
I personally don't think Simon is going to be in the top 20.
he
might be the very end of it, but he is such bounce around. He might be. Maybe.
I say we go for it.
All right, fine.
Simon Zott is number 8 on the list. 53%.
Oh my gosh, he's so much higher than I thought.
You got to think of guys who are dominating like 6 years ago.
That's true.
Kale.
Ooh, I don't know.
Wait, that's actually low-key a good name out of Corey.
I'm just throwing out names
that's
that
a solid pull.
You know what? Whatever, dude. I'll go Kale, Matt.
Kale is number 16, 46%.
We're still in the top 20.
Flirting with you. You guys are doing really well as far as your official guesses so far.
How do we think about Kyle Klein yet?
I was going to say Kyle, but
I mean, he's 9th in the tour standings this year. I feel like
we could do better before we take a risk on him.
Who's better, bro? We popped the top 8 right there.
Yeah,
you guys are missing 2 out of the top 9 right now.
Hey, how do we feel about Joel Freeman?
Are you asking me how I feel about his shirts?
Like wholeheartedly,
or just like
underrated joke right there.
That was your best one so far.
That was good.
Ever?
But Joel Freeman, don't forget, was always like in the top 10. So I bet he's got to be.
Yeah, we might have to rip it, Tyler. Let's rip it.
Corey, how do you feel about it?
Let's do it.
Joel Freeman, number 17, 46%.
Holy moly, dude.
All right, we're still in it.
We got to cruise.
So
I'm
I say we
impressed so
have-
far. I must say I am impressed so far. Right now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. You got 9 out of the top 20 right now.
Oh man, we still have 11.
I think we have to go
go.
Kyle. We have 11 to go in the top 20. Who are you thinking of right now?
Bradley Williams is who I'm thinking of.
That's crazy. Because
How is that
Corey's
crazy?
Team Lucky. You know he's Team Lucky, dude. Bradley Williams, unrelated. Bradley Williams popping out the "It's Over" video, and then like an hour and a half later, uploading a USDGC players pack breakdown. And it's clearly Lucky holding up all the items. It's so funny. I was like,
that was pretty
hey,
solid.
was this recorded pre video or what?
But they
They're
said
just-
they're still like good buds. But Corey, how do you feel about that or no?
What'd you say?
Bradley Williams.
Bradley, not good enough.
I don't think so.
Okay, let's don't do that.
I think he's probably in the 50, but he's
So-
not.
Who was really good like 4 years ago?
Was there a 1030 rating for Ken Climo?
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Or was that like before? Like, I don't know how quickly ratings jumped when they were.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, what do we think about Seppo?
Seppo could.
Retired king.
Tired King.
I'm trying to think of
Yeah.
guys who are on like
I-
league cards like
I
4
think-
or 5 years ago.
I think we got to rip it. Yeah, because we can't be here forever.
All right, we're gonna lose it on this one. I know it. Go ahead, Seppo.
Seppo is not on the list. Is not one of the 63, unfortunately. So we'll
He's
rip.
not even one of the 63.
Not on the list. Sucks to be Seppo, I guess. So yeah, I will say Kyle Klein, number 5 on the list. A lot of debate on Kyle Klein, 55%. So we'll rip through the ones you didn't get. Kyle Klein at 5, Ken Climo at 7, Nate Doss at 8.
That was gonna be the next one.
Did you guys say Calvin? I maybe did not give you credit.
Yeah, we
we
said Calvin.
Calvin was 11. Jesper Lundmark at 12. Shout out to Jesper Lundmark. Still have his signature edition fuse somewhere. My guy. Nicholas Antala at 13. Nico LaCastro. You guys got Matteo,
I knew that was
Kale,
gonna be that
Joel,
one.
Barry Schultz, Isaac Robinson, and then Dallin Blanchard is number 20. Shout out.
Dang.
I'll give you a bonus if I can sort. Okay, I can. Who on this list out of the 63 has done so on the most amount of total rounds? So the highest number of rated rounds that they still have over 30%, 1030 or above.
So they had the hot round. Is that what you're saying?
No, so they have just played this amount of total rated rounds in their career, and over 30% of them are still above 1030.
I want to say Barry Schultz.
I want to say Yuli.
So you're asking the question of how many? I'm so confused on the
Okay, we're
question.
still back here. Okay, Tyler, let's start back at numbers. Okay, so numbers have an inherent meaning. And
Talk to Matthew.
in this case, our numbers is we're saying who has the most 1030 rated rounds or higher in their whole career.
Oh, why didn't you just say so? All right.
Well, that's not technically what I'm asking, but it also kind of is what I'm asking.
Yeah,
See, that's what I'm saying.
I said it slightly differently.
So the
Like, out of
metric
all them-
is
It's got to be. It's got to be Paul. It's got to be Paul.
Big B.
It is Barry Schultz. Good job, Corey.
Good job, Corey.
Of Barry Schultz's career 1,802 total rated rounds in his career, 822 of those were above 1030 for 45%. Second was Paul Ulibarri, who was similar numbers, 684 of his 1,796 were above 1030. And then Paul, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Number 10 on that. So 1,403 total rounds. 924 of those. So much higher percentage than those other guys, but just less rated rounds under his belt.
I win.
Good game.
Corey wins.
Well, that was really fascinating. Thanks, Taylor. Thanks for putting that together. That was a fun one. I like that one.
Taylor loves chefing it up. So
I like that stuff.
Love
that
the
was
games.
good. Yeah, let's go. All right. Let's talk about our picks going into the Tour Championship, and then we'll get into that, and then we'll kind of wrap some things up. We normally would talk about our challenge, but only only Corey scored his. Taylor did his, but not scored his. And then Matt and I didn't get a chance to do it. So
Tyler, would you like time to complete this challenge?
Yeah, I'll be able to do it next week.
Yeah,
All right.
let's
run
it.
Do it with an actual disc because you'll see my video.
Awesome. So let's run it one more week. If you're watching, one distance driver and one putter on the course of your choice, 9 holes, full UDisc stats, pop them in the weekly challenges. We'll use your stats and talk about how we fared with each of them. And then we'll have to do a wrap-up segment as well, considering we now have to wrap up. We have done all of the classes of discs at this point, and then move on to new stuff.
It'll be super understable, crazy, whatever. Anyways, all right. So back to our picks for USDGC. So we drafted in order of whoever had the least amount of points. So just to give a points update, Corey had 28 points, Matt has 34, I have 35, and Taylor's in the lead with 41. This is going to be, since it's a Tour Championship, it is going to be double points. And so Corey on his team has got Gannon, Chris Dickerson, Adam Hemes, and Kyle Klein. Matt's got Ricky Wysocki, AB, Ezra Robinson, and the proctologist. I've got Isaac, Niklas, Matteo, Gossage, and Taylor's got Pablo, Calvin, Joey Buckets, and Andrew Presnell. So also, we did not take a dark horse because it's only the top 32 guys. So we just did 4 picks. It is all or nothing. Also, just if in case you didn't know, this year with the Pro Tour Championship, depending on where place you are in the Pro Tour standings, you will get a score. What would you call that, Taylor? A score advantage?
Yeah. What a stroke advantage, I think, is how they
advantage
worded on the
That's how
website.
they call it.
Yeah.
You get a stroke advantage. So if you're in first place, you're automatically starting at 10 under, and then all the way down to 32nd place, you are starting at even. So it looks like the top 12 guys are starting at 5 under or better, essentially, depending on where you are. So, and this year,
10 strokes to Gannonburg. Good luck, everybody.
Exactly. Yeah, you're not catching them. So let's just get that out of the way. So I think it's going to be three rounds, right? Anyone?
I think it's 4.
I think it's 4.
Oh, is it?
I don't know.
Confirm.
For
It is
reference-
4 rounds. It is 4 rounds.
I think the only way one of us beats Taylor is if me or Tyler correctly pick the winner and get a third place in there.
Well, let's just
Or
get
second and third place.
let's just get this out the way. If Corey picks the winner and gets a top 3 at any one of his other guys, that's 10 points right there. So it looks like Corey.
That's only 38.
Yeah. So that puts you.
But then,
Wait,
pick
the winner.
card.
Oh, here it comes. What? What's
Pick the
trap
winner,
card?
you get 6, and then
Right.
a
So if
random.
Corey
I
got
thought.
a perfect podium, it would be 10 points. If you got the winner
Yeah.
and the full podium, yeah.
Yep.
I think if somebody
But
gets a
trap
perfect podium,
card-
you should get 50 points. Like, you should just win.
Trap card. I'm banking on Luke Humphreys coming in top.
It would have been amazing if we went to the Pro Tour Championship and it was the
Like, that's
old
the one.
format,
Yeah.
format, and Luke Humphreys came through.
It's like he survives every round, comes through. That would be so sick.
So let's just talk about that. Let's go around the horn real quick. Do you like this new style that we're doing, which is kind of like what they do in the PGA Tour with their playoffs? going into the last event of the season, or do you prefer last year's where they group in the different placings and then the guys who finish in the top 8 get a bye to the semifinals? So what do you like?
I have two
New
different
format, old
opinions.
format.
Me as like, should it reward the season and be more competitive? This setup is way better. For me as a viewer, it is much more fun to watch it the other way, where you get like the Nathan Queens out of the like bottom bracket coming through to win. It's so sick.
Yeah, I was about to say the exact same thing. Like, if your goal is, hey, I want the person who had the most points to really win this thing, then this is a better setup. But when we know it's Gannon and we know he's already winning by a couple strokes every weekend, pretty much, you know, part of this actually is going to be a little boring, assuming he doesn't immediately just blow up. So we'll see. Corey, your thoughts? What do you think?
I think they're doing it correctly this year. I don't think they're doing it correctly with score advantage.
I think that's correct.
I think the strokes are way too high. 10 strokes.
Oh, okay.
Some of these guys aren't even going to get 10 down on day one.
Yeah, that's
and he's
interesting
already
too.
gonna
Like
be-
10 strokes at a different course, like, okay, like, you know, you're going to shoot like 15 down some rounds and like that's fine. It's like, I feel like that's not like, what's the course record at Nevin? Does anybody know? Like, what were people shooting last year?
It doesn't matter. It's going to be 32 down now because he's automatically going to have 10 down on the first.
Yeah, I just wonder, like, what's the hot round each? Like, how much ground can you realistically make up, I guess, is more of my question.
Nevin, I would not assume it's a really low score. You know, just gut reaction. But
No, but I think first place should be like 5.
PDGA result has Ricky at 127 under par. Nice.
Well, the other thing is, though, if you think about it, like the top 12 guys, right, are all within 5 strokes, which those guys in 9 through 12, they could honestly make that up. So you kind of want those top guys rewarded with the points. I'm okay with the way it is now. I actually prefer the old way of doing it just because it's more fun to watch. As Taylor was saying, I thought it was super exciting. But I think they're doing it correct by doing it this way.
Yeah,
At least
this
you
is
get to
definitely the
see-
correct way to do it. I'm curious if they will tweak like the number of strokes. Like, I kind of wonder how they ended up at that number, because 10 does seem a little superfluous. I mean,
Honestly,
it's obviously 10 over like 32nd. Like your 10th place still gets like 5 or 6, but still a
it's
lot.
copy and paste what they do in the PGA Tour. I checked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes
So,
sense.
at least with the top 25 guys is pretty much copy and pasted. So anyone outside the top 5 starts even, which is okay. It is exactly what they do. Copy pasted PGA Tour.
Yeah.
So, and this is better for viewership. Everyone's playing. You get to see all of the best players play throughout the entire weekend. It's not, hey, you get to see your boy and then he's done after, whatever round. So, let me ask you this question. If you got one guy that you are really sad not seeing play in this tournament, who is it?
Luke Humphreys, because I love the Luke Humphreys tracker.
No, he's going to come in. He's going to come in at the
Somebody's
very
going to
end.
get hurt. Like, he's going to be the first guy off the bench. Like, he's 33rd and comes in and shoots like 40 under.
It's going to be like Disney Channel original movie ending where they're going to be like, all right, if Gannon parks this, he just took home $35,000. And then it's like slow motion. And then out of nowhere, it's like, oh my God, what is Luke Humphreys doing? Oh my God. And he's just throws in front of
Throws it
Gannon
in.
and somehow wins, even though that's not how golf works.
Can we please refer to Gannon's winnings in Millennium Falcon Lego sets?
I actually, that's
know how
funny.
many
I was
that
going to
is.
say, speaking of Gannon and money, with the USDGC winnings, Gannon Burr, 19 years old, has made $176,000 this year playing disc golf just from tournament winnings.
Crazy.
what do you guys think Gannon's like minimum contract? Like, how much is he making per year minimum, not including disc sales? You had to just take a raw guess. Where do you think he's sitting?
gotta be
Minimum
like
500.
I was going to say
500.
400 to 500. It has to be.
You think 400 to 500?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
has
I'd
to
say
be.
500.
I was thinking much lower
Minimum
number.
250.
I mean, that's half of what Paul and Simon are making. Like Rick's a little below that, and you're thinking like this is fresh off New Deal, Gannon Buhr, best player in the world. Like obviously we don't have COVID money anymore, but I don't think half of those contracts is unreasonable.
That's what that's what in my head. That's what's blocking me up. I'm saying we don't have COVID money.
And
How
I
long
hope
is this contract?
3 years. It's not even long.
Dude, I don't know. I thought it was like 1 or 2 years, which is just if he came off this season after this season, bro, he's cooked. This baby's cooked.
If I was Gannon and they offered like a 5-year or longer contract for 200,000 or something like that, I would have said. I hope he said, "Give me 3 years and make it more money."
I think
So-
Gannon intentionally made it a shorter contract because, like, I mean, what if 2 years from now he's a 2-time world champion and now I mean, obviously he's still the best player in the world, but it's, I mean, even another level of where he is now.
Or what happens if, like, I guess it's taking a risk either way, but what happens if, like, disc golf has got a ton of money in it now, and now he's behind the 8 ball
Yeah.
because he's locked himself in a contract for, say, 5 years, and he could get something for a lot more money, later on. I think 3 years was good for him.
Yeah.
So I think it was good. The guy that I am really sad about not seeing in this tournament, Kevin Jones, KJ USA.
Yeah.
Makes me sad.
Yeah.
Not seeing Kevin in this tournament in a very long time, I feel like. So you can throw out James Conrad's name in there as well. So, when we go, no,
Nathan Queen.
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, yep, good call for sure. Nathan Queen, big fan. Matt, who you gonna miss?
I don't know. Low key, like I think maybe Yoli. I think Yoli. If there's ever a player that I've watched just have like been working on consistency like crazy, and then be like continuing to work, and then having the worst end of your season, literally just getting beaten up right before you have your kid. But that guy could beat me left-handed, so I guess there's something there.
Yeah.
He's still got that on me.
Well, the one thing that I kind of forgot to throw in here in segment wise is our buy sell. So let's just do this because we all kind of were scrambling for a buy sell. Let's just shout out any buy sells. You don't need to have a buy and have a sell. Just share what you're buying and what you're selling right now.
Bro, I'm buying the triple Mandos that USDGC is popping out, bro. By the end of 2027, we're going to have 5 to 6 triple Mandos on that course. And I'm going to love to see it.
Okay.
Mine is not for me. Mine's a buy sell to the group. Just one word, buy or sell. This is a question to you guys. Buy or sell, Isaac Robinson is still with Prodigy Discs for the 2025 disc golf season.
Bye.
Sell.
I'm hard selling. There is no shot that guy is still on Prodigy. My man is out of there.
I just
You
don't
really
know.
think he's staying?
No. I'm still gonna say. I mean, listen. Deep down, it's like this. It's
Wait.
like I wish I could give a good analogy, but I can't. It's like I know. Like I think he might stay. Like he just like last minute, he might just be like, maybe I'll make it my legacy and I'll stay and I'll be that guy.
Yeah.
But the smart thing is for him to go and get money somewhere else and go to Discmania and hang out with his boys. Right? That's the smart thing. But
Yeah.
he could, like, if I am what's the dude's name there? Will
Schuster?
Schustrick.
My
I'm
goat.
trying to tell him, dude, like you can make a legacy here that no one else has at Prodigy if you stay. But who knows? So
Yeah.
that would be my pull for him. So yeah, that's a good one, Taylor. That's a good one to think about.
It's almost like how a lot of, like, for example, hockey players
Yep.
will have a home,
Yep.
go off, play for someone else, and then come back and retire at
Yeah.
like their original team. There's a possibility that he does that too. Leaves and then comes back. Something like that.
Now,
Maybe.
what's interesting about this tournament, though, that they're playing at is this might be the last time they play at Nevin Park for this event. Remember, they're supposed to go to New London next year,
Right.
So it'll be interesting. Let's do a buy sell on that. does the Pro Tour Championship end up going to actually go to New London next year? Buy or sell?
Buy, and I think they're gonna. If New London changes, it's gonna be for the better.
Buy. I don't know about that second part, but Foundation calling it neutered London when they took out the OB is going to have an all new meaning when it's like 8 different holes. Calling that neutered London, bro, could be. But I think it could be better. I don't think Corey's necessarily.
I'm selling because it's going to Ivy Hill and not New London.
Is that? Are you sure about that?
What?
Or is that your
you
guess?
sure about that?
I'm saying it's going. Yeah, that's just what I'm saying. I'm saying it's going to Ivy Hill.
Okay.
I'll buy it.
Oh, okay.
I think the players will raise hell if they go back to Ivy Hill. But we'll.
What if they change those specific things? The
I-
rest of the course they didn't hate.
The Pro Tour does not care about the course. They care about what the course has, and Ivy Hill has spectator amenities 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is only going to be like, eight groupings. Yeah, 8 groupings if my math's correct.
But it is racist, so
That's true.
Shout out.
In
Gotta
some
play-
places, that
gotta
actually
think
gets
about that.
more viewers.
gotta think
Okay,
about
so
that
I do
as
have a
well.
buy. I do have a buy and a sell.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'm buying this new series that Foundation is doing.
You like it?
I think
Oh.
it's. I don't know if I'm buying this first season because it did look like. I know they blurred out everyone's face, but come on, we know it.
Yeah,
half
we
the
know. We
people
all
on
know
it.
who they are.
But it did seem like most of those people were just Foundation adjacent people anyway.
Yeah.
Like it's like Overthrow and stuff like that.
Do you think it's because they couldn't get enough people to like do it?
I don't know.
That's a good question. I don't know. Yeah.
I'm
'Cause on one
totally
hand, I
down
think
for it.
Overthrow
It's just
probably
they decided like last minute
Yeah.
to like open it
Yeah.
to people.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get that time
that
off
could've
that
moved.
quickly.
Yeah, exactly. But I do think Overthrow probably generates them some views off that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I wouldn't be
Absolutely.
surprised if that's the case. So, but no, I agree with Corey. It looks like it could be pretty fun. And I think actually like at least the intro seems like it's maybe seriously taken. Like as in
I don't
they're
think
not
it is.
not like, but I'm not saying it's not going to be like your next Foundation video like they just dropped today where they're eating donuts every time they.
Oh yeah.
Hope I would like if we take
Well,
that one
that's-
step towards seriousness, which is still pretty silly for Foundation. I think that would make it really, really.
I'm hoping they really lean on like the reality show editing because there's a high chance that they don't because they still want it to be like Foundation esque. And I think if they really go like heavy editing and like seriousness and like all dun, then it's going to be a lot better. And then my sell is I'm selling Taylor making the ace before I.
Ooh,
It's a good one.
Your boy is close. If you guys don't know, you go check out Corey's Instagram. He came feet away from acing it today.
Yeah.
I'm buying Corey's new signature disc for his commemorating his MVP Open win. If you guys want to go check that out at infinitus.com, got a great picture, great picture of him on there.
That threw me off so much at first.
So long to connect. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
That shirt is pretty wild.
I know.
Goodness.
Comparing you to Proctor.
It looks
I
just
really,
like Corey on the disc to me. I don't know.
It looks so similar.
I'm gonna throw out a buy. I'm buying them changing the groupings to like 3-man groups for like the Pro Tour. Hopefully next year. I wish they would experiment with it right now in the Pro Tour Championship, putting everyone into groups of 3 to speed up play and whatnot. But it's not a very big hot take or anything like that. We can talk about it in the off season maybe, but I wish it could speed some things up.
Yeah.
So I wish they would experiment with 3 people.
I have a question.
Yep.
How much does the Pro Tour profit?
This year, no money, right?
I don't know.
Negative
No, wait,
dollars.
PDJ, no money, right? The Natalie Ryan thing, I thought they were like, hey, we're headed towards negatives for the year.
I have no idea.
Whoever
Well,
technically.
okay, so,
I'll say the
so
Pro
the
Tour or
reason
the
I'm
PDGA?
asking, is, well, who acquired Jomez?
Pro Tour.
Pro Tour. So, do they have enough money to just buy more cameras and hire more people and film more groups.
They are actively doing the opposite and letting
I
people
know.
go.
And it's really annoying. Honestly, you don't even need to. If they get maybe a few extra cameras and some like, I don't even know what you want to call it.
Yeah.
Crow's nests. You could hook it up to where no one's actually, and just do the same thing they do for like the live off the first tee kind of thing.
I'm gonna
But
say
just have it scattered.
I think right now the Pro Tour has enough cameras. Like watching live right now comparatively to 2 years ago, like you see everybody
agree.
that's doing well, you see their round. Like you don't miss anything.
Yeah, they just not might be not positioned in the best way though, Corey. That's what
That is true.
the amount of times I see a shot that's just a disc
Maybe
in
a
the sky, and I'm
slightly
like,
scuffed camera angle, but
and I'm like, bro, don't show me the disc flying through the sky. I have no idea where that is in relation to anything else. Like the amount of times that just moving that would make that camera like go from obsolete to an actually important camera would be insane.
And they're doing a better job of going back and showing other people's shots as it's already happened and
Yeah.
kind of commentating on it a little bit.
Plugging
I think
it
it's a little too quick still, but it's doing a lot better than what they used to do. So
yeah, I mean a couple
You gotta
years ago
give
it's
them
like you
that
see the
credit.
lead card and maybe the chase card and a lot of people walking. So like what we have now is infinitely better than at least what it has been.
yeah, I would love to know the numbers about how they're doing comparatively the last couple of years. But anyways, yeah, so
Yeah,
everyone
Marcus
agrees
Allen.
Gan's gonna win this thing, or do we have a Ricky Wysocki 3-peat, 4-peat, whatever it is?
I think it's
That's a hard
Gannon's. Gannon's for the taking.
Yeah, I think it's Gannon's.
Does Gannon treat this like a major if he wins?
No.
He treats it like a major in the sense that it'll put him over $200,000 for winnings.
That is true.
And I think that's more important than like another major kind of.
I agree
Treat
with
it
you
like
on
a
that.
major in that he'll go to Texas Roadhouse after to celebrate.
Yeah, bro. They chef you up right for $15.99.
Shout out Texas Roadhouse, man.
Shout out. You know those their rolls are like 200 calories a piece?
Give me 6.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
pound the calories, baby. All right. Anything else that we want to hit on before we end the episode?
I don't think so.
Good.
Okay.
I'm gonna ace before Corey. Heard it here first.
No, not even close. Oh,
feel like-
I also learned how to throw farther. So that's kind of cool. You know how you grab the disc and then you throw and you're not supposed to let go of the disc? For some reason, my body just kind of didn't know that. So now I'm letting it actually like rip out of my hand. And I got some pretty good distance in comparison to what I was. So that's
Heard
kind
here
of cool.
first. Corey's been throwing a disc for over a decade and hasn't been letting the disc just come out of the hand naturally.
My brain just
been
kind of
pulling on
tells
Richard
me to like
Fox.
loosen. So
Crazy
Weird.
stuff. So Corey's gonna be throwing 450, 475 joining tour coming up.
Check
Gonna
out
do the
Corey
Q
Kramer on the Q series. Yep. that's what I
Q
was gonna say.
series. Just gonna say
Yep.
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 we got.
It's my guy
Well,
Q.
everybody, thank you so much for watching, and a big shout out to Foundation Disc Golf, where you can go get all of your disc golf needs. And pay attention to the Pro Tour this weekend, the Pro Tour Championship. See who wins.
Off-season pods
Gannon.
coming in hot. They're gonna be sick.
Vibes are going to be
Right.
through the roof. If you
I'm
have things
happy
you
with
want to see
vibes.
us do, let
We've
us know.
got- Listen, just to give you a little preview, we are working on getting different people on during the off season just to mix it up. Maybe a couple pros are going to be
yeah,
on.
right.
Tell your buddies, tell your friends, tell your dog. It's
Or
going to
you
be.
can't even
Fortnite.
remember to do the weekly challenge. You think you're actually going to get someone else to come on here?
I've already communed.
Never know.
with him. I've already communed with him. I've got the links. Corey's wife is replacing him for the offseason.
Yes, that's what we're looking forward to.
Yay.
And we cut it out. See you next week.